For your lab assignment, you are going to go through the graph demo exercises in chapter 23. Um, that because graphing is so intensive, you can actually get a feel for, how tasks can make your program run faster. Okay? And these different exercises will illustrate that. Then, to further your understanding of threads and tasks, you are going to do a little program that works with threads. And so I've got kind of the start of a program here for you. And you can see that I'm actually creating threads using an anonymous method. And I've got two of them here. And I'm naming my threads. We're going to have a little race. And what you need to do, you can see they're starting here, is you need to create 3 more. Okay, so you're going to do thread T3, T4, and T5. And so you need to name your threads. And then what you're also going to need to do is make sure you change your if statements here. Because the winner is the first that gets to 100, right? And so you want to make sure that they are all less than 100 before you move your little players or racers or whatever you want to call them. Okay, so you're going to have to add the T1 T3 location, T4 location, T5 location, and you're also going to have to declare them up here. Okay, then the move it method should not have to change. So basically, whatever player's location you send, they are going to be moved forward. Okay, so it's really up here in main that you're going to have to do changes. You'll notice that each thread is starting. So you're also going to have to start T3, T4, and T5. And, if your computer is not robust enough to run all 5, then it's okay to comment some out. Okay. And so that is your first program. Once you have the program running, then if you want to give one of your little players an edge, you can assign a priority of above normal to one of the racers. Okay, and in the lecture demo, it does tell you how to do that. So look back into the lecture demo to look up how to assign priorities. Okay, so you'll give one of those racers a higher priority, and I would do it right inside the method here. Okay, and once you are done, you can save all your changes, push it up to GitHub. The next exercise, you're basically going to do the same thing. So you're working kind of with the same code, but you are converting it to tasks instead of threads. And remember, tasks go into a thread pool, and your CPU then determines, or your Windows runtime determines which to run. So, if your computer had trouble running exercise 2, it should not have a problem when you convert it over because it's deciding based on your equipment and what you have running on your system, how it should assign threads to the different tasks. So what you're going to have to do is probably copy and paste your original code into a new program. And then you are going to convert the threads into tasks. Okay. And the technique, as we know, there's lots of different ways you can do this, but what worked the best, at least when I went through the exercise, was taking the thread and doing the conversion like this, okay, where you've got your task and you're running it basically. Okay, and that eliminates having to call the start method. Okay, so if you do it this way, you can remove the calls to the start method. And The only things that you need to watch out for is make sure you are checking all 5 locations here. And then to prevent the main thread from ending and printing out the race has ended before the task's complete, because that is what will happen. You can add one of the wait methods. So you can say task.wait any, or you could say task.wait all. There are examples in the lecture demo, but you do need to add that above the statement that the race has ended, because you do not want it to end before we have a winner. Okay, and so once you've got that complete, again, you are going to save your changes and push it up to GitHub. Exercise 4. So what you're going to do is you're going to take a synchronous program and you're going to convert it to asynchronous by adding async and await to the appropriate method calls and method signatures. So this is very similar to the last exercise that we did. And so here is the code. So this is similar to the breakfast exercise. And for fun, I added a little stopwatch here. And so you can actually see if your asynchronous code runs faster. Sometimes it does not, okay? It does not always run faster. So here we've got some do nothing classes, okay? And so you'll see we've got some method calls, okay? And so the ones that you are going to end up making asynchronous are the ones that have the delays. Okay, those need to be asynchronous. Okay, these little lambda expression ones, those do not need to be asynchronous. Okay, so and this little turn off alarm does not need to be asynchronous. Okay, so there's actually 3 methods that you have to convert: drive to work, take a shower, and main. So you are going to add await before all occurrences of task delay. You'll add async to the method signatures. If the signature is returning a class object, you're going to need to include the class as a data type for task. Now, what do I mean by that? So here, it's returning a shower object. Shower is a class. Okay, so when you do the conversion and you make it asynchronous, shower is going to be a data type. Your shower class is a data type for task, and that is what gets returned. Okay, and then you need to add await before the method call. So for these asynchronous methods, you just need to add await before the method call. And that's how we're doing the conversion. Okay, then you're going to run the program, and assuming that it works, and you will notice that I did add try catch to this already. Assuming it works, you need to simulate an error. So it's either going to be when you take a shower or when you drive to work that you need to simulate this error and make sure your exception handling is working. Okay? And then once you ensure that it's working, you can comment out the code that you added and push everything up to GitHub. Okay, so that is your assignment. I hope you have fun with it. I tried to make them entertaining, so because this can be kind of dry, but it's super important that you understand this stuff. So if you run into problems or have questions, please let me know and try to have fun with it.